Hello, Raymond.
How are you?
I'm good. Should we expect another? Should we expect another show of just the two of us?
I hope not. I mean,
Really?
it was great, but we're a family here.
We are.
It's not the Simple Mind Sports Show with just Rich and Ray. The Queen sets the pace. The Queen has the knowledge. The Queen needs to be here.
It is the holiday season. So speak of the devil. Here comes the Queen herself.
Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness.
Boop, 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 boop. Let's see if will his eyes be open or closed?
Close.
Closed.
They're wide open.
Oh, Queen!
The voice of God. We don't even have the visual yet.
Oh, wow.
They're wide open.
What's up, Queen? Oh, he's drinking water.
What do you got there? Some probiotics?
Some soda today.
Oh,
Diet,
yeah?
of course. Diet
This
Coke.
is actually not diet. Sorry. No.
Wow.
Wow.
Soda. Yeah.
It is a
Keep it in.
holiday. It is a holiday week for old Billy Bad Words. Congratulations. For the listeners, this is the first time we've heard from Bill since Sunday morning when he shot us a picture of a beer rocket and told us that he was potentially not going to be able to make it to the show and asked for a sick day.
There was no potential. I said, I'm not going to make this show. There's no fucking way I'm going to be sobering up by 7:30.
Bill, Ray, who – never mind. You know what? It's not even worth getting into. I'm glad to have you back, Bill. It's good to see your face. I'm glad you're alive. Glad you're doing okay. Do you want to give us any recap on Sunday, or is there nothing to recap? Is it just a dead space in your mind at this point?
It was just a bad day. Terrible gambling day. Terrible Patriots day. Just terrible. Terrible.
Did you touch wieners with any of your friends?
Gross. No.
Not with your hands.
Either. Gross.
Poking, docking.
Yeah.
Never.
Wiener to
No?
wiener. No? No wiener to wiener? All right. Had to ask for confirmation. That's all. Because you didn't really answer a multiple choice question.
Nah, yeah, that's true. You pick C, which like everyone knows, the dumbest students in the
Always
class
goes C.
just circle C throughout the test and hope for a 75 or a passing
Yeah.
grade, and that's what you gave us, which was not docking, and that's all we got. So there are a lot of other options that could be out there.
No.
And we also know that when you vehemently deny something,
Yeah,
you're actually doing it.
there's a good
It's
chance
not
it's true.
When I deny it, I'm an open book here. When I deny it, means it didn't happen.
Okay,
Well, speaking of that, we have picture proof that you and Abkowitz are best friends for life.
Oh, you blew the lead, Ray. I was going to ask who his best friend was.
Oh, damn it. I'm sorry.
I was going to ask who his best friend was. If he didn't say one of us, then that was going to be marked on his. Then if he didn't tell us the truth, that it's actually our very best friend, Jeff, who we shared a picture with in our last show, then that would have been other mark off the report
I
card.
don't watch the shows that I'm not on.
What a
Fucking
cunt.
Queen.
What a cunt.
Well, I'm glad beautiful segue, producer Bill, because here's how this is going to have to go down, okay? Look, on Sunday, technically was a no-call, no-show. We never got confirmation that you weren't going to make it. So any type of organization that has any type of balls, if their employee no calls, no shows, there's some type of repercussions. Your repercussion today, Bill, is an in-house suspension. On this show, you will be muted, and you will have to watch me and Ray talk about your favorite subjects, which is Boston sports, without being able to comment unless I give you the opportunity to comment until the very end when we need your full diagnosis on the New England Revolution.
I'll just go watch
playoff
TV.
game.
Just tell me when I'm
No.
No,
You have to
gotta watch.
stay on and watch. As
And
you just
listen.
admitted, you do not watch the games. This is the one show that you will have to watch that you will not be able to participate in. That is your penalty for the no call, no show. We expect those squinty fucking eyes to be dead on this screen the whole time. Understood? Great. Welcome to the Simple Mind Sports Show. This is Wednesday edition. Thanksgiving Eve. Also your favorite year
day.
Very special day for Bill. He always has plans. That's also why we can't record on you're going to miss a
On
Thursday show,
Thursday.
Friday show for you listeners.
The holiday.
Okay, November 25th. Welcome to the show.
Bill, we don't get sick days, nor do we get holidays, but yet we make exceptions for you, apparently.
Dude, I couldn't even talk.
Why is he talking now?
And that's the suspension start. Bill,
All right.
stay with us.
Eyes up here, Billy boy. Eyes up here.
Yeah, get off Tinder, and you need to listen to Ray's stupid fucking takes. I may get generous. I may let you in. Like when you have an in-house suspension in school, they let you go take a pee and stuff like that. So we may
Your lunch. Yeah.
take a step in and let you chime in. So you have to pay attention. Ray,
Yes.
final thoughts on Patriots versus the Houston Texans and that abysmal loss on Sunday.
We stink. We stink. We stink. We stink. This defense was our only glimmer of hope. Our secondary got eaten up. Jonathan Jones, Defensive Player of the Year. Stephon Gilmore, our glimmer of hope, real glimmer of hope. J.C. Jackson, they all just got eaten up. Sean Watson made them look like fools. And this is a sinking ship right now for this 2020 season for the Pats.
Yeah, just going back and reading and listening to all the commentary on the game, everyone knows that I'm not the biggest Cam Newton guy in the world. I'm trying to give him a fair shake.
Racist. You're
We
racist,
know,
too.
Yeah, I know. I'm fucking racist. I'm a snowflake. He threw 40 times in that game against the number 32 ranked run defense in the fucking league. You have Damian Harris, who's a budding superstar. Bill likes to call him Sweetness. For them to only give Damian Harris the ball a handful of times after the first drive where he got 7 carries and got the touchdown is criminal. It's fucking criminal. I put a lot of this on the coaches, but it also showcased that, look, Cam Newton's stats tell us that he's been a okay, efficient quarterback, especially over the last few games. He's throwing at a 77% clip. But if you just watch the fucking game, he's 1 for 5 in games where the Patriots have had the ball with a chance to win. That one win was the New York Jets.
Oh, how many wins do the Jets have, though?
None. They
Oh,
gave you
weird.
that. Joe Flacco gave you the fucking game in that one.
Mhm.
So when you talk about here's my problem with all of this talk around New England. Well, the Patriots would have 3 more fucking wins if you count Seattle and Buffalo. Yeah, sure, but that's a loser fucking mentality. That's exactly what we've been saying about every other team that the Patriots and Tom Brady has executed against in the fourth quarter of these games. That's the difference between the Patriots and every other organization in the league for the last 20 years, and you don't have it now. You're on the other fucking side. So stop making excuses for Cam Newton, who threw for 375 yards at a touchdown, and the stats spell out that he had a good game. He didn't. He lost the game with a chance to tie it. He blew it. Him and his offensive line and his offense. I get it. They don't have weapons and their whole roster sucks, but Cam Newton is not going to be a difference maker. He's not a good quarterback. He's never been an accurate quarterback, and he's lost his playmaking abilities because he doesn't have the athleticism that he used to have. So I don't get the backlash for saying that Cam Newton is not a good enough quarterback for this team. It's ridiculous. He's not. They're not going to fucking win anything with him.
Nope, they won't.
That's enough on Houston. That game's done. The season's probably done unless they win out. So I have a game for you, and instead of looking ahead to Arizona and dissecting that and thinking, giving some predictions against this future MVP of this league, Mr. Kyler Murray, Bill's team, Bill's favorite team. Bill, do you have anything to say quickly on Arizona? No? Okay, good. Look, I think that no, I actually wanted you to come in, but the technology didn't work for that. What I want to do is play a little game of what if, okay? And Ray, I've sent you these questions, and I want to run through them. Are you ready? Do you have your answers? Because we know when you're not prepared, sometimes it's a little bit hard for you to come. Come with the
come. No, I can come. Trust me.
2 kids.
Ask your mom.
All right. What if in the most unlikely scenario, the New England Patriots run the table this year, finish 10-6 with Cam Newton at quarterback? They make the playoffs and actually win a playoff game. What does that say about this franchise, for this franchise moving forward? In the most unlikely of scenarios, if this happens, what does that say about this franchise, and how do we think about it moving into the next 2 to 3 years in the immediate future?
What I think is that everyone would say Belichick did it again. What the Patriots should do is going into the 2021 draft the quarterback of the future, franchise Cam, let him tutor or play one more year, get this kid NFL ready, and then that'll be the next quarterback of the future. Cam Newton cannot lead this team past 2021.
You want Cam Newton on this team next year? Is pretty much what I just heard.
If they make the playoffs, if he goes out and wins the rest of these games, then yes.
Okay. Well, newsflash, they're definitely gonna have Cam Newton on this team next year. I think. Story for another day. I guess I can see where you're coming from. If they go and win the rest of these games, that means Cam Newton's going to have to come through in these clutch moments that he is 1 for 5 in currently. So that means he's going to have to go 5-1 for the next run of these games. So that's going to have to show something, I guess. But the rest of the team is going to have to step up and do what they're supposed to do. They're going to have to reach the pinnacle of their. They're going to have to go above their potential. I would like to see it. I think it's a fun story. I've been on this the whole time. I don't want to root for a Patriots team that sucks. I don't want to root for a Patriots team that has no chance. I want to root for a team that Josh Uche and Anthony Jennings and Winovich and these young guys on defense start making an impact and winning you games instead of watching you run past fucking Deshaun Watson 1,000 yards and not do anything. Which I think is what it would need to happen for them to win all these games. Cam Newton's not going to be your answer, so you need these young kids to step up. And if they do, that would be fun. That would be exciting. I think that needs to happen for this team to be competitive moving forward. But no, I don't give a fuck if they go to the Super Bowl. I don't want Cam Newton back on this team. I don't think he's that good.
But like a 1-year deal, though, and just get the other kid NFL ready.
Do you think Cam Newton's capable of being a mentor of a young kid? Now, look, I think
Bill's shaking his head no. I'm going to say yes, just to piss him off since he can't talk. Yes, he can be a mentor.
I think that the number one attribute that Cam Newton has brought to this team this year has been his leadership and his locker room presence, because it sure as fuck hasn't been on the field. So it's got to be something. And go ahead.
What happened when Brady had Garoppolo behind him? A lot of fire in his ass because he knew someone could take his job. What if you get one of these top 5 quarterbacks in the college draft, pick him up, and now he has someone behind him that could take a spot? What would that do? Obviously, Stidham can't take a spot. Stidham sucks.
Let me say this. If you ever compare Tom Brady to Cam Newton again, I will drive the 500 miles and clip your fucking balls off. Cam Newton.
Joke's on you. Balls already clipped.
Again, 2 kids. Again, look. Oh, shit. I took my wife's chapstick. It's lipstick. Fuck. Please hold.
Really cute. Don't worry.
Thanks. I don't think Cam Newton's the type of guy that's going to give up a starting position. He's already in that role of having someone behind him that can take his position. It's called the rest of his fucking career. If he doesn't go out there and perform well, he's done. He's cashed. He's out. Except apparently for Bill Belichick, who was probably going to franchise him and do what you say, Ray, which will clearly be stupid because you're the bottom of the totem pole of dumb. Next scenario, what if the Patriots lose a majority of the rest of the games with Cam Newton at quarterback and get a top 10 pick? What should they do with that pick? What will they do with that pick?
All right. So if that happens, draft on defense, because this defense is terrible. Get better on defense. Free agent. Go with free agency. Matt Ryan, Matthew Stafford, Jimmy Garoppolo, and Sam Darnold. All going to be cut because of the salary cap implications for next year. You can get one of these guys come in, have them come in, and then hopefully Stidham have here for another 2 years, I think, is left on his deal, Bill?
Yeah.
And see what happens. I mean, you got the guy that knows the system, and get one of those veteran guys come in here and lead this team. If we lose the rest of these games, Cam Newton cannot be here next year.
Cam Newton cannot be here next year.
No.
But everything that we're reading and hearing is he's going to be here next year. And I've been saying it since the 49ers game, maybe even the Denver game. We have to go back and listen to the tape. Why the fuck are they still playing Cam Newton? Because they're trying to prepare for next season and get him to be a quarterback for you next year. And probably do what you're saying, Ray, is be the bridge guy. I think that was their idea all along. Whoever they signed this offseason was going to be the bridge guy, whether it was Teddy Bridgewater or Andy Dalton or Cam Newton, that was going to be their bridge guy. And now what we're saying is you picked the wrong fucking bridge guy. You got to go get another bridge guy who's better, because your original plan and Jared Stidham, well, let's rewind a little bit further back. Their original plan was Tom Brady. Their original plan, their original bridge guy was Tom Brady. And Tom Brady said no, and he left. Hashtag dead to me. Then their quote-unquote plan was Jarrett Stidham. Then they got one more look at him in early training camp and said, fuck this, that's not going to work. Then they said the lowest common denominator of the quarterbacks in free agency this year, that's our bridge guy, and that happened to be Cam Newton. So you got to fault Belichick a little bit in going into this and what he was looking for and what the plan was. And now I think he just has to start all over. So if you lose the majority of these games with Cam Newton as your quarterback, you've got to fucking bounce him out of here and start all over. Same question. If you lose, is this where I wanted to go? Yeah. If you lose the majority games and Belichick gives Stidham a chance, it's the same scenario because you finally established that Jarrett Stidham is not the guy. Why the fuck are you not playing Jarrett Stidham at this point? Establish he's not the guy. Blow these guys out of your organization and go start anew. Because it's not working right now with Cam Newton. It's not going to work with Cam Newton. And, assumingly it's not going to work with Jarrett Stidham, but I'd rather see him fail for 6 games than just go on a whim and have him walk to some other team and suck. No?
You know what the best thing for this organization would be? Is that now that Cam Newton has made this team very bad, next year, no one's going to have that, oh, shit, Tom Brady fucking won 6 Super Bowls. I have to be better than Tom Brady. Because everyone forgets about that shit. They're 2020. Cam Newton was here. He sucked. So now fuck you, Bill. You can't even talk and you're shaking your head, you little cunt. And basically, you bring a free agent in here like Matt Stafford, Matt Ryan. They're not going to have that whole aura of Tom Brady. I got to be better than Tom Brady. You just
But does Cam have pull around the league? Doesn't Cam have pull around the league? I mean, he did the show with OBJ. Doesn't he have, relationships and connections and pull around the league? That it's not the winning, but maybe it's just the relationship, or does that not happen in football? Is it not like the NBA? Like the free agents need to just get paid, be offered a position to go out there and succeed? Because I don't think the winning thing's gonna. I think if they go, we've been saying this for a year. The Patriots are gonna have $140+ million to go spend in free agency, and they're going to spend it. Bill's going to go spend it. He's going to load up, and he's going to try and make a run at this. So is Cam Newton going to get in the way of that in terms of a player looking at this and saying they suck? I don't know, because I think Cam Newton is respected among players throughout the league. I think among fans think he stinks. But among players, I think he's respected because I think he's a good locker room. I always think he's been a good teammate, and I think he's handled himself honestly, I think he's handled himself relatively well for what he went through in college with his dad, for being the number 1 overall pick, coming out making a couple stupid comments and getting roasted for it when he was first drafted. What he's done in terms of off the field after that, I think he's been a relatively model citizen. The stuff that I was talking about when they first signed him on the field, the showboating and the front running, all that's still fucking there. He still sucks. He's still not that good of a quarterback. And when he scores a touchdown, he's still dancing his ass off. So I don't like that part of his game. But off the field, he seems to be very much respected.
Yeah. I agree.
All right, we'll skip to the last one. What should our expectations be of the Patriots for the next 3 seasons? Well, we can dive deep into this as we want, maybe in another show. But just on the surface, as seemingly this season has ended with the Houston game, what should we look for after all these what-if scenarios with Cam Newton? The next 3 seasons of the Patriots, what should our expectations be?
2021, fighting for an AFC East championship. 2022, fighting for an AFC championship. And 2023, Super Bowl, baby.
Super Bowl 2023. Yep. Now, if we remember, I am the one that said the Patriots would go to the Super Bowl this year, but I was very drunk. I mean, a Super Bowl is tough to predict in 3 years. I hate to keep going back to it, but it's all about the fucking quarterback. You have to solve the quarterback situation. If you tell me Belichick gets Garoppolo and taps back into whatever the fuck Garoppolo had, and you solve you miraculously solve some kind of injury situation, and then you go stack your roster with some guys that can catch the ball, okay, 3 years Super Bowl, okay. I'll give Belichick that opportunity. If his young kids on defense can actually develop, can he go out there and actually win a couple drafts? Sure, I can see that. But I think expectations for this Patriots team moving on with Tom Brady should be fighting for the division and getting to the playoffs and see what happens. You are every other team in the NFL right now, but you have Bill Belichick.
Mhm.
So you should be fighting for the playoffs every single year and see what happens and see if things can roll your way. That's it. And without Tom Brady, you shouldn't expect AFC championships and Super Bowl. That's the Tom Brady difference to me. That's the Tom Brady difference.
Yeah.
I would like to give Bill one 30-second little run here to give his just a little recap on listening to us and all of our Patriots talk and see what your thoughts would be, Bill.
The quarterback.
Hold on.
situation for
Let me
next year?
start and
Is that what you want from me? The quarterback for next
Whatever
year?
you want. Whatever you
your
want.
thoughts on anything Patriots that you've seen this over the past week, so on and so forth. You're now down to 20 seconds. Take a sip.
They're terrible. Cam will be back next year, but I'd like to see him if you're going to dip in a guy like Alex Smith if you want to get a mentor. I think he did with Kaepernick and he did with Mahomes. They turned out to be decent quarterbacks outside of Kaepernick later on, but I mean, I think he could be a leader that you want a bridge to the next guy. And if you have a top 10 pick, I'd just go and get.
That's 30. Thank you for that, Bill. I appreciate the Patriots take. Alex Smith, yeah, I don't mind Alex Smith. I think that he's a really good Belichick
Got
guy.
one leg.
He's got one leg, and he can't make he seemingly makes a
As a
dumb
Washington
play.
football team fan, I mean,
But
I don't know if you've seen
Ray,
them. Down the
hold on.
stretch, that guy can't win a fucking game to save his life. or
Ray,
his
if
leg.
you draft a quarterback that you want to be your future, or expect to be your future, or even if it's Jared Stidham's last crack at this thing, would you rather have Alex Smith mentoring him or Cam Newton?
I'll go C, Brian Hoyer.
Oh, well, then you better change those fucking expectations you just laid out for us.
No way, man.
He's gonna teach him to caca in the red zone. Here's the 20.
These are 8%, and I haven't eaten dinner yet. This is going to be a fun couple hours, boys.
Oh, okay, that looks like a Mountain Dew, but that's fine. All right, moving on. The Patriots stink. We'll see how that all shakes out. Hey, we don't know. Cam Newton might take us to 10-6, take it to the Super Bowl, and could be the Cam Newton era. That's still on the table for at least one more week. Celtics news and notes. I just have one simple question for you, Raymond. Are the Celtics better now on paper than they were last season? I don't want to take into consideration anything Danny Ainge has done in terms of asset management, nothing. Between the draft picks, free agency, free agents that have come and gone, this roster now, which pretty much is done, versus last season, are the Celtics a better team?
Well, first of all, you got to ask yourself, did Danny do a good job? Bill, we need
Hold on. Now, this is where I do kind of wish I had Bill, because you are the bottom of the total pool of fucking dumb.
Yes, I think this team is way
shut up,
better.
Ray. I just said for the question, do not take into consideration what Danny Ainge did or did not do.
I was making fun of Bill.
I just want the fucking roster.
Yes, this is a better roster. Way better roster. Why? Because you got a veteran point guard behind Kemba Walker. You got a 10-plus rebound guy that we haven't had since Al Jefferson, which was the 2007 season. So that's been 13 years since we had a reliable guy like that. We don't have a log jam with Gordon Hayward, the Tatum and Brown situation anymore. So that's all spread out. I think this team is way better, and I'm very excited for the 2021 season to start.
Great. Spread out like your mother's ass cheeks.
Yep.
Yes, the answer to this question is I believe that the roster itself is better. It's more rounded in form like your mother's ass cheeks. So that's an easy question. That's an easy answer to me. Losing. I don't think anyone's upset about losing Glass Gordon on the court. I thought I thought that he was a good player. I thought he made the Celtics better, but all the headaches surrounding around him, like not being able to be in the lineup consistently, probably hurt them one way or another, not being able to keep the same lineup. So you get a veteran championship big that we've been asking for over a year. You get a veteran point guard off the bench that can handle your offense and handle your backup point guard duties, especially if Kemba has a bad knee issue. Those are two glaring holes. You went into the draft as much as we didn't want them to draft guys, and you found shooting. We asked for shooting.
What's his name?
James Naismith. Shut up, Bill. Damn it, Bill. That was a fake unmute. I was going to ask you a question. Bill, are the Celtics better now than they were last year?
No.
Okay. Red Sox news and notes.
Hold on. Before you go real quick.
Yeah.
Did you hear what the reason why Gordon picked Charlotte? Obviously the money, but the other reason?
I don't know. Someone's mean to him.
He wanted to be the guy. He wanted to be the guy in a franchise. He didn't want to share the limelight with Jason Tatum anymore or Kemba Walker. That's fucking bullshit.
Yeah, I don't know. I agree with you. I try to take a lot of those reports with glass, with a little bit of salt, because who's reporting it? a lot of bridges were burned in this scenario. You're talking about multiple teams, multiple GMs. Danny's job's not on the line, but all these other GMs are always jobs are always on the line. So, did Gordon Hayward get greedy? I think so.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Did Danny Ainge slow play this too much and overplay his hand? Probably. Did Indiana get fucked out of this more than anybody? Yup. So should they have just given up an extra player? I don't know. Like, why are you going to pay Gordon Hayward that much money anyway? And then the other thing, with a grain of salt, the reports are that the Celtics offered him 4 years, $108 million. I don't believe that shit either, because I don't believe that it was either all guaranteed or you always get that release of what the team that lost him was going to offer him after the fact that he left the city. So don't believe everything you read. But yes, completely off subject that I didn't want to get into, Ray. The Gordon Hayward situation for the Celtics and Danny Ainge was an overall loss. They lost that. They lost the asset. Now he has officially, as we're recording right now on Tuesday night, that deal has officially not been signed with Charlotte. So something's going on. Something's going on. Usually when it takes this long, you're talking about a third team getting involved. Justice Winslow's name's been thrown out there. The Celtics love Justin Winslow. So keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on it. Odds are right now that the Celtics haven't lost Gordon Hayward for nothing, but just from a perception as reality PR standpoint, they did not handle that very well. Red Sox news and notes. The Red Sox were in on Mr. Chris Bryant, third baseman, all-star third baseman, World Series champion third baseman, Chris Bryant. Over the summer, the Red Sox were in on him on trade discussions. A little bit of background on Chris Bryant. He's up his last year in his deal. He's up for arbitration. The Cubs are in a complete rebuild. They are trying to shed salary. There's a chance that they might outright in basketball terms or football terms, just cut him, which means they will not be responsible for his salary, which means he'll become a free agent a year before that he should be a free agent. So all of this is a little bit convoluted for the Red Sox from a Red Sox scenario. If you trade for him right now, essentially you get him for 1 year and then you'd have to re-sign him. There's a possibility that the Cubs the Cubs essentially cut him and you could sign him as a free agent. Regardless, do you want Chris Bryant on this team, Ray? Oh, last thing, they're projecting that Chris Bryant plays left field for the Red Sox, not third base.
Yeah,
so,
I saw that.
Would you want Chris Bryant in left field for you if you're the Boston Red Sox?
Yes, spend. I would also like them to go out and get Blake Snell. Whatever they can do to make this team better than what they were last year, do it. If that means going to get Chris Bryant, train for Blake Snell, do it. Make this team better. That was a very bad team that you had on the field last year. Whatever you can do to make it better, spend. Get all the great guys you can get.
Chris Bryant would rake in Fenway.
Mm-hmm.
He had a shitty year this year, but multiple people had shitty years this year. Chris Bryant would rake in Fenway. He's still 27 years old, I believe, potentially coming into his prime. All the tools that you want. Yeah, I think this guy, he's already played in a big market. He's already won. I like Chris Bryant, especially if you have plans on moving on from Andrew Benintendi or not signing a Springer or anyone else to take that center field position. You're going to need some more depth in the outfield. So, yeah, of course. You know what, though? But to your point, Ray, Blake Snell, Trevor Bauer, the Red Sox are so fucking bad. The Red Sox are so fucking bad.
Whoever you can get.
It's like it's hard to say no on a lot of these guys that are coming up in either trade or free agent discussions. Bill, Chris Bryant, yes or no?
Yes.
Care to fucking elaborate?
You just asked. No, again, I love Chris Bryant. He should be a free agent anyways. He did sue the Cubs because they kind of fucked with his rights anyway. So kind of letting him kind of walk before his arbitration year was good on them, I guess. But it's going to be, you're not going to give up a lot for 1 year, Bryant, and if he would rake here in left field. But where does he want to play full-time left field? If not, work out something, you can move Devers to first. And I think ultimately he'll be your DH anyway, so you can put a Gold Glover and Chris Bryant at third base. You go out and do it.
Thanks, Bill. Going to put you back on mute now. Love you. With all of these moves being considered for the Red Sox, remember that JD Martinez will probably be traded at some point from this team. You will probably trade it and maybe for a bucket of balls to get that salary off and get one over multiple of Heim Bloom guys, because remember, you have a new regime in Boston, including Billy Beane somewhere on that front office. So don't think that the tentacles of Boston organization and ownership are not reaching down here. It's always convoluted and fucked up. So if someone likes Chris Bryant in the Red Sox organization, consider it a 50-50 shot that they get him. All right. Lastly, the one thing that we've all been waiting for. This has been a quick show, and we're just going to run with it. And we don't know how long this may take. This could go on forever. We've never given this segment any amount of time when Ray has been in charge of it. But a part of this penalty that Billy No Show, he's going to have to talk a little bit.
No call, no show.
No call, no Billy. No call, no show. Billy in the wind. He has to talk a little bit of New England Revolution.
Perfect timing.
Soccer.
Perfect timing.
And they are in the playoffs, I guess, right, Ray?
Yep, they play
Ray,
tonight.
we don't have much time to talk about it, Ray. But, Bill, if you could please give us we sent you a couple questions that we need you to dissect. I believe I gave you 5 questions. Actually, can I read them?
Yeah, sure.
Because he probably forgot anyways.
They weren't in email.
They were in a text message, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Here were the questions that I asked you. I asked you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and asked you to pick 3. So the first question I asked you was, who are the Revs playing?
Philadelphia.
Great.
Philadelphia what?
Liberty.
Union, you idiot.
Union.
God damn it.
Might be the WMB team of the Liberty.
I knew I was one of those.
Okay, I guess we'll just go through these, and then if you don't have an answer, just say pass. Okay. All right.
You have to answer 3. You have to answer 3.
You do have to answer 3.
So I got one Philadelphia tonight.
No, because you got it wrong. You got it wrong. So you have to answer yes on 4.
Okay.
All right. Next question. What should the striker strategy be for the Revs in their upcoming match?
Score goals. They're one of the lowest scoring teams in the MLS. They need to score some goals. You're playing Philly, who's one of the best, the number 1 team in MLS this year. You got to score.
Fucking Rain Man delivers. Okay, well, look, you got the first one wrong, so you might have to pick one up off the old top of the noggin here. Question number 3: Can the Revs take advantage of the opposing netminder?
No.
Okay, good one.
It's one of the best goalies in the league for the number 1 team in the MLS.
Talking soccer, baby. All right, question number 4: If the Revs were to lose, what does that say about their club moving forward?
They're just a fringe team. You backed into the playoffs this year. Robert Kraft does not give 2 shits about the New England Revolution. They're the Buffalo Bills of the MLS. He doesn't give a fuck.
Okay, ownership dispute. Okay, last question. He's doing pretty good here. Last question. I don't know if we count that last answer, though. That I think anyone could come up with that. I don't know if you did any research. Where do the Revs play?
Gillette Stadium.
Wow.
Foxborough,
That was a
Massachusetts.
layup. That was a layup.
Yeah, he got it right, though.
And again,
right.
because the ownership will not build a soccer dedicated stadium for them, and nobody goes to watch the Revs at Gillette Stadium. It's a dying franchise. Kraft needs to just sell it and fucking wash his hands with it.
Okay. Wow, Bill, you know what? I expected you to come with some good stuff, but not that good. That was very good coming off a suspension. You must have hit the juice bar and brought the extra heat, so that's good. Ray, are his answers pretty accurate? Do you expect the same? All right, we don't have much time to talk about soccer today, so this has been the Simple Mind Sports Show, Wednesday edition. Thanksgiving Eve. Everyone have fun, drink responsibly, enjoy your family or not. It's COVID. You might not be able to see them, but whatever. This is Simple Mind Sports Show. See you on Sunday. Bye.
Bye.
And if you see Bill and he's blacked out, please get him home responsibly to Queen's Landing.
I'm not going out.
Oh, well, if you go to Bill's house, please, no stabbings or no shootings.
Just having a small gathering at the house.
What's the
COVID
what?
Smart.
What are the party favors?
Some beers, and play some dice, win some money.
Thought for sure he was gonna say pussy.
Well, that's a given. RSVP, pussy.
Never. There's no pussy coming.
Ooh, sausage fest.
Party, yeah,
Well,
buddy.
my friends' wives are coming and not the
Well,
ones
we've
that want
already
sex
heard
with
about
me.
how that turns.
So you
Not
could be getting
that one.
pussy.
Okay, Bill. All right, just a small gathering. Sure. We'll get the text message on
We'll
Friday.
get the union leader tomorrow and fucking massive party at Queen's Landing. COVID runs rampant through Manchester streets.
Trouble, trouble.